Blue. I am out and about. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, the 23rd of September. Yeah, the September 23rd. I have 7:38 in the p.m. I am out and about, and I am at the detention center in Broadview, Illinois. That's right, in Broadview, Illinois. I came out here. I wanted to find out about the new fencing that they have up. Excuse the noise in the background. Try to let that die down. Just get off the expressway. There's a lot of police activity over here. But I am in Broadview, Illinois. ICE Detention Center. I've been covering this thing for a while now. I've been out here maybe 3 times. And they have some new fencing that went up in which they're keeping the protesters from coming to the facility, and they're keeping the protesters from blocking ICE vans as they bring in detainees, that is the illegals. So again, I am Franchot Pearson. I am live. I am in my car. I'm going to wait till maybe about 100 people get in here. Hopefully we'll get about 100 people. Then we'll go from there. Let me know if you guys can hear me. We'll take it from there. This is Franchot Pearson. Welcome to Franchot Blue. We have 7:39 in the p.m. and today is Tuesday, the 23rd of September. Let's say it together. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. I am at the Broadview, Illinois Detention Center. I've been out here a few times. The last time I was out here, I should have had a gas mask because it was rough. But yeah, I'm out here, Broadview, Illinois. They literally have put up fencing. They have put up fencing. I heard about it on the news, so I thought I would come out here and check it out. And I'm going to take you guys on a rendezvous with me. I'm not sure how much I can look at. There aren't that many protesters here. There are a few here. If I had to guess, maybe about 10. But I'm here to look at the fencing. There is new fencing at the detention center in Broadview, Illinois, where every day the ICE agents, they bring in the illegals for processing. I can only assume what they do during the processing, look at the tattoos, body parts, find out where they're from, fingerprint them, how long they stay, what they do every day, I don't know. I'm assuming they just process them like it means, and then they probably send them back on a bus or a train or a plane and send them back to their homeland. But yeah, I am in my car. I'm going to leave out in a few minutes, but I am going to go to the detention center. It's about a 30-second walk from here. I'm looking at it. I found out on the news this afternoon that overnight, ICE put up a fence to keep the protesters from bothering them as they bring in illegals and take illegals out. The protesters are not in big numbers. However, there have been a few cars that have come this way since then. But yeah, I've got to find out where the other detention center is. But yeah, they mean business, people. They're not going to allow anybody to disrupt what they're doing. Under the Trump administration, they mean business. If you're illegal, if you have done bad things in relation to the country or whatever, they're going to round you up and they're going to take you back home. So yeah, I'm at the processing center in Broadview, Illinois. I have 7:42 in the p.m. It's Tuesday. Welcome to Franchot Blue. They have put up new fencing to keep the protesters from harassing ICE as they bring in illegals and as they take them back. I want to show you guys some film in relation to what's been going on today, okay? Then we're going to go from there, okay?
And this morning we're hearing from protesters protesters who were arrested outside the ICE facility in Broadview. Yeah, ICE agents say at least 16 people were taken into custody during clashes with federal agents. But now elected officials are speaking out, and we're also hearing directly from ICE with more details. Darius Johnson live in Broadview with what both sides are saying and how ICE is responding. Good morning, Darius.
Hey there, ladies. Good Tuesday morning to the both of you. Things look a lot different here in Broadview this morning. First off, the street where the ICE processing facility is now blocked by Broadview police. They are making us park on a different side at this point without access to the facility or in front of the facility, as we've been for the last several weeks since this facility has been here. If you take a look down the street, you can now see that there is a tall wired fence that is now surrounding the building that is blocking off access to get to it. Any agents, it's unclear if those agents will be able to drive through or if they have to kind of show ID and then walk in. You see a couple of photographers walking through here. There are two sole protesters right there at the gate right now, one of them with a loudspeaker. Some of the protesters we spoke to say they were held here for hours, denied basic necessities, then hit with serious charges. Cell phone video captured the arrest of Rogelio Huerta of Berwyn. He showed us his black eye, a result of which he says happened behind the gate of the ICE processing facility. Huerta says he was packed in a small room with dozens of detainees and left without basic necessities. 6 hours later, he was released with a federal citation for assaulting an officer.
So yeah, if you obstruct the justice, they will arrest you here. I'm at the processing center in Broadview, Illinois. I'm going to show you a few clips, and we're going to walk over and see the new fence that they installed overnight. They did it overnight.
A handful of protesters remain outside the Broadview Processing Center, some of them telling us they noticed the fencing went up around the facility in the middle of the night.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing. It's another attempt at infringing people's right to express themselves publicly.
Today, new fencing surrounds the Broadview Processing Center. A little further down the street, barriers were placed to block traffic. Broadview police officers also remain in the area. This comes days after clashes between protesters and federal agents. Agents used white smoke and pepper pellets to disperse crowds as protesters blocked the entrance of the driveway. The Department of Homeland Security says 16 protesters were arrested outside the Broadview Processing Center, including for assaulting law enforcement. In a statement in part, the Department of Homeland Security says today DHS extending fencing surrounding U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's Broadview Processing Center after rioters and sanctuary politicians obstructed law enforcement through tear gas cans, rocks, bottles, and fireworks, slashed tires of cars, and blocked the entrance of the building.
Yeah, I was here when the tires were slashed, and I was here when rocks were thrown, so it was kind of chaotic. This is my third or fourth time out here. I'm going to show you what I went through a few days ago. I was out here. The protests against Trump and ICE, they're opening up the gate here. All right, here they come. Let me know if my focus is okay. I'm going to put my water. Oh, they just threw a smoke bomb out. Look, they're throwing smoke bombs at the people. And they're shooting at them. Look at that. Look at that. They're shooting. Look. John, can you see it? John, am I getting this?
Introducing our cutting edge.
So people, I am here in Broadview, Illinois. We're going to get out the car. I just wanted to give you guys a little history as to what's going on. But yeah, people, it's the real deal. I'm Franchot Pearson, welcome to Franchot Blue. And let me get my car set. We're going to get out here. We're going to look at this fencing. There's new fencing that has gone up in Broadview, Illinois here at the ICE Detention Center. No longer will you be able to try to blow out the tire or disrupt ICE from bringing in detainees or taking them out, beating on the van and demonstrating. They put up a fence overnight, people. So we're going to go and we're going to look at this fence, okay? We're going to go check that out, okay? You guys can roll with me right quick. Appreciate you guys rolling with me. It's going to be dark for a little while, but I think we'll make the adjustment. Let's see here. Okay, that's a little bit better. But yeah, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. You guys can hear me. I see a van pulling up now. I see a vehicle pulling up. Let's see what's going to be popping off. If it's going to get crazy, I'm leaving. Last time I almost choked. I choked real bad. So we are in Broadview, Illinois, and we are going to look at this detention center. Here comes a vehicle that's leaving out now. And the protesters are heckling them. So yeah, they have figured out another way to come in and out so that the protesters don't bother them. That's the whole idea. They put up a fence. So we're going to check out this fence. I am in Broadview, Illinois, where there's a detention center for detainees, ICE. They put up fencing overnight. And we're going to look at the facility from a distance. I'm not going to try to play hero. I know there's another way to get around there, to get in here, but I'm not going to do that. Evidently, they must have taken this and made it strictly private property. I'm assuming that's what they've done. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I guess they've got the zone ordinance. But this is the new fencing. This is similar fencing that's downtown. Look at that. This is the new fencing. And it is solid. You guys can see that? New fencing. And they mean business. And I'm sure if you touch it or if you try to move it out the way, they're going to shoot you with a pellet gun. They've got these little smoke bombs, people, that they got. You guys can probably see. Let me know, can you guys see? You see the guy on the roof? Can you guys see the guy on the roof? Am I making contact? Let me know, do you see the guy on the roof? He's got an actual weapon where they literally shoot. Okay, you can make him out. They shoot these smoke pellets like a gas ball, or, if somebody's trying to stick you up. I don't know what kind of chemical it is, but the chemical is serious. So now what they did to make it stable, you see this big brick here? They got the brick to keep the fencing in place. Look at that. So you're not going to knock this stuff out the way. They got to see that big brick. They got a brick, and they got new fencing up. They got the guy on the roof with the weapon, and all this is set up. All this went up overnight. It's got a lock on it. You guys can see the locks, and they're going to ensure that the people are not going to get in their way when they bring in the illegals. They got a big cellar. They got a big big brick here. Look at that big brick there. Look at that. Look at that. So you are not getting through here.